Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the 2023 Norden Rally. I came across a deal that we had on, it's like a Labor Day 25% off thing on Denali. And the Norden already has wiring for fog lights. So if you look down inside here, you can see the wiring harness I had tucked away for the original fog lights. It's the same on both sides. So there's one there, and there's one here. Oh, by the way, I finished up and made it a really nice install, this little coolant tank. And I just used some 1/2-inch rubber lined straps and the OEM bolts to just go right down alongside the radiator, and it drains into the skid plate. These things are like 25, 30 bucks. So yeah, really good deal. Worked out really well, and so far it's been working great. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, just like the OEM one. So there's no reason if you have an Aurora Rally kit to not run your coolant bottle. Back to what I was originally saying. So I'm gonna have to open this stuff up, but here's my thought process is, I've got the switch and a rubber lined clamp, and I think that this can mount the switch somewhere on the navigation tower. Then the only other thing we have to deal with is getting these mounted, because, well, of course, making up the wiring harness, but that ain't a big deal. But just figuring out where to mount these, and I think I can make a bracket on both sides that mounts here to this rubberized clamp. And I think I can, there's a spacer in there. I think I can take the spacer out and then put it in between the navigation tower and the rubberized clamp. But I'll have to take that thing apart again to see where it ends up. But yeah, I'm not going to do a time lapse on this, but I'll keep you guys updated as I go along, like I've been doing on the videos recently. And I am going to use the yellow lens. These are the D3s with the DOT cutoff line on it, so you'll have to adjust them once you get them installed and whatnot. But anyhow, I'm going to dig through my scrap metal bin, see if I can find some aluminum angle, and start working on brackets. Alright, here's what I've come up with so far. I've got a couple of decent size aluminum angle pieces that I've cut and beveled. I put the yellow lenses in the fog lights, and that's about as far as I've gotten. But we're going to try to get the holes drilled in these and the lights mounted, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I was able to get the fog light switch mounted. It worked in that little rubber lined clamp. I just sandwiched it in that little bracket right there, and I got it plugged in and connected. Eventually this winter I think I'm going to take all of the wiring harness out and wrap them in that black fabric tape, the Tessa tape. But I won't do that till this winter. It'll give me something to do, a little project to do. But yeah, fog lights mounted. Got to make up the wiring harness adapter, and then I'm working on getting these brackets painted with my favorite paint. So moving right along. Alright, got the wiring harness adapters made up and installed, waiting on paint to dry, and then we're going to go through and do our mounting. By the way, so since I'm mounting it on a single pivot point, I'm using a star washer. So once I tighten this down, that bracket shouldn't move at all. It should bite into everything, and that's kind of the way I'm going to set it up. That aluminum is plenty thick enough. That aluminum angle is plenty thick enough. I just need to make sure it doesn't rotate, so I added some star washers. Okay, I've got them mounted and loosely adjusted temporarily, and now I'm starting to route the wires. I'm going through the navigation tower rubber mount right down there, you can see where the bracket is mounted, and then I'm going to come back in here and probably hide the excess behind the fuel tank here. Check out the beam pattern on these. These are different from anything I've ever seen before. It's just like a lightsaber of light. And then there's the headlight. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. The fog light switch lights up like normal too and everything, so yeah, I think that's a done deal. Definitely changes the look of the bike just a little bit. Wasn't too bad of an installation, and pretty simple. I mean, the fog light switch and the wiring is already there. You just gotta repurpose it. But other than that, I think that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. As always, you're gonna wanna stay tuned. You never know what's coming up on this channel. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other. And as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.